Welcome to the well-known race of Chicagoland Motor Speedway. Here, Jessica Emery for RPM qualified on the pole for the green flag. And here it is, to the green they go. Jessica Emery with a great start. And already side by side for the lead, Chris Dodd on the inside of Emery in the turn number 3. Dodd takes over the spot, and for his own racing team, Chris Dodd will be leading the field here for lap number 1, and that car is a rocket right now. There's the 38 of Jonathan Rains. Following in second, Johnny Gardner sitting, trying to get that third spot away. A lot of big team cars running near the front. Dylan Young trying to get a good run here. Angel Navarro, who had come down pit lane, back onto the racetrack. It's a dangerous area to be in. Navarro stays low, but there he goes, into the wall. Navarro is in the wall hard. The 41 of Emily Anderson, Annie Thomas, flipping side by side on her roof. There's the 21 of Richard Johnson. There was a crash out of turn 2 as well. We're going to have to look at that. And the caution is out for the very first time. Chris Dodd's going to be leading them back. And the initial wreck started off of turn 2. Zorland slides up the track with a 4-wide maneuver. That puts Jeremy Jones and Duncan for a spin. All three of them go around 4, 5, and 6 in terms of numbering. And then we saw the wreck with Angel Navarro. He got clipped hard in the wall. And Emily Anderson and Richard Johnson were innocent bystanders. Thomas went for a series of rolls. Actually, just one roll. Slid across the wall and went for a flip. And the car already is done for the day. Tough break for Annie Thomas. Green flag back in the air. Elijah Gordon leading this restart there. Will Goss in the 15 replacing the semi-retired Sam Curtis in the Doublemint Cup Series. On the inside, Goss yet again replacing another driver. This time he's going to be taking over the 15 for Harry Scott Motorsports. Now up to the second spot just like that. A Chevy 1-2 battle. Charles Sanford was close to winning here in a close bid, and well, look at Chris Dodd almost getting dive-bombed by Kyle Matthews there out of turn 4. 3 wide action near the back. Jack James in the middle. Rancho stuck in the middle as well. Tommy Turbo down low with Joey Murphy following. Again, 3 wide action into 1. This field is getting tighter and tighter. One small mistake can cost the field a chance of winning, as Jessica Emery, the pole sitter, still running inside that top 10 right now. She's trying to get back up there to where she feels like she truly belongs. Seth Cole coming down pit lane. Something amiss with the number 80 machine. And looks like the Liberty University car coming down. They might be getting some early pit stops here. Maybe trying to go a bit off cycle. Top 2 has pulled away though from the rest of the pack. A Gibbs second and third and fourth car actually, excuse me there. Pat Johnson and the 18 of Gabe Williams. Chris Dodd now getting hounded by Dylan Young. Some more 3 wide action near the back. Emery still stuck in the inside line. O'Neal Baldwin's the one in the middle, and the caution is out on the track. Jack James has spun around. Ian Dutta is collected, and that has brought out our second yellow flag of the day here at Chicago. And Elijah Gordon's going to be racing back towards the line here. Not Sam Curtis, but Will Goss following on tow. That 15's got a massive run, but here comes Pat Johnson off of corner number 4. Grand exit by the 11, and it's going to be close, but Elijah Gordon's going to top it off with the yellow flag sequence now in play. And Zachary Fitzwater washes up the track, turns the 42 around. Jack James could not control the car there. Eric Rodriguez and Ian Dutta have no place to go. And the 42 rear ends the car into the outside wall. Not much damage done though for a lot of these drivers, but they're going to keep on going without much of a cinch. JT Bryant was able to keep his Penske ride for this season. He's going to be leading them down towards the green, and there it is. Jessica Emery spun the tires big time, and that's going to hold up a lot of the lead lap cars on the outside line. Ian Dudd, remember, is lap traffic, as well as Seth Cole. Cole got stuck under the pit cycle with the caution inconveniently coming out at his time. Definitely not what Seth Cole wanted to see. But both the CM Racing cars are actually running really good. Chris Dodd and Tommy Turbo are running inside that top 10. Runs they definitely need, and Emery's going for the lead. Off of corner number 4, JT Bryant holding strong on the outside. Cody Lamas blocking the number 88 extremely hard. Cody Lamas looking forward to getting 2 wins in a row. He won the Boston race, and now he's looking for a win at Chicagoland, which could seal his deal in the chase here. So Cody Lamas trying to go for 2 wins in a row. As for everybody else, Pat Johnson going back down to the inside. And to the race lead he goes. Joe Gibbs Racing's going to get a lap lead this time around. 3 wide near the back. Between Will Goss, William Brock, and Jonathan Rains, with Kyle Matthews still following right behind. Theo Stegall getting held up still by lap traffic by Ian Dutta. Dylan Schwalmberg is in the same boat, as well as Bill Gunther in the 34. Another aggressive move near the back, that is the 31. Vince Freeze going underneath teammate Joshua Sekuli for position there. Jesse Turner has had a struggling day so far in the 17 machine, trying to get his way up into the field, running 22nd. Another battle for the lead here. Chris Dodd. Actually, this is not a battle for the lead. This is a battle for second. Chris Dodd on the inside of JT Bryant. Jessica Emery's going to follow with him. And Tommy Turbo's got a very fast car. Look out for that 95 car. He might be a good dark horse to win this race here at Chicagoland. Cody Lamas still in this pack, as well as really the 18 of Gabe Williams. PJ Williams the 19, not running as well as the 18, but Gibbs so far having some strong cars over the weekend. The 20 also getting held back in lap traffic. He's also got a very fast machine under his belt. More 3-wide action. Dylan Schwalmberg trying to get on the move here. Getting around Theo Stegall, now trying to get around Joshua Sekuli. This is an intense battle near the back half of the field. Schwalmberg running in 29th at the moment right now. Now soon up to 28th. That 20 car is a bullet right now. Looking very strong on the racetrack. Definitely has the speed, but just needs the track position. As another battle near the back half of the field. There you see Ryder Barnes now looking underneath Audra Baranowska's forward position there. As the 46 has a massive run off of corner number 4. This is a battle for the 18th spot. Chris Dodd has reeled in Pat Johnson slowly but surely here in the race. JT Bryant sits in 3rd. Gabe Williams going on the inside for the 4th spot. Will Goss, will he make it 3 wide? He does not, but he's going to team up with the 18 to get around the 44. Seth Cole stuck a lap down. He really needs a caution to come quick if he wants to get back on the lead lap. And the caution is out. And a massive crash in turn 4. That's taking out a lot of the back half of the field. Dylan Schwalmberg's in a heap of a mess. And they're going to be racing it back down. Actually, they're going to compose themselves this time around. But it's Pat Johnson in the lead over here with a massive crash out of turn 4. And it all started actually with Kyle Matthews. This is an intense battle for what I believe was the top 10. Hard impact into the outside wall for the 24. The Exalta machine spins around. William Brock, just an innocent bystander there, slides into Johnny Gardner. Gardner gets clipped. Hard look into the outside wall he goes. And that just sets up a multiple car wreck. Rancho Cucamonga slams into the 22. Everybody's hard on the brake. O'Neal Baldwin goes for a flip there. Betty Johnson collected there. William Brock. And the 3, he's spinning down the track here. Everybody else near the back half of the field kind of gathering themselves together. But Rancho Cucamonga slides up right into Dylan Schwalmberg and Jonathan Zorlin. And he got T-boned extremely hard by those 2 drivers. And then looks like Jeremy Jones. Oh, he actually squeezed through there. He got through there fine. And Dutta looks like he piled into somebody at the end. Joshua Sekuli at most. But that was a heavy impact for a lot of these drivers. And that's going to take a lot of them to the garage and out of the race. Gabe Williams leads on the restart. Young in 2nd. If you're wondering how many cars remain in the race, it is 28 to be exact. And that did take a lot of cars out from the rest on down. I believe from 37th all the way up to 29th. That really did take a bundle of cars out of this one. Dylan Young using the lap car as a pick down the inside. He's going to get the lead away. Joey Murphy sitting in the 3rd spot here. He's going to try and take 2nd back with Ryder Barnes and Guess who? PJ Williams. Gabe holds strong on the outside line. PJ Williams looking very strong on the low side. As the 2 and the 18 are battling side by side for the lead once they get together here. And Young gets around Seth Cole with ease. Gabe Williams struggling a little bit on the track there, as he's going to have to get around that 80 car. But Dylan Young now trying to pull a gap on the 18. But that 18 car looking very strong. Gabe Williams looking forward to getting his first win in the Doublemint Cup Series. PJ Williams also in the same boat. A lot of big names in the series looking forward to getting some wins here. PJ Williams battling Joey Murphy, and Charles Sanford trying to squeeze in the middle there, trying to make an aggressive maneuver there on the middle lane. Jessica Emery flying through there. Will Goss, we haven't talked much about Jesse Turner. Turner's been on the charge lately here, but they're going to be racing extremely hard. Gabe Williams trying to run down Dylan Young. Young had a fast car at Boston, and he's got a fast car this time around here at Chicagoland here, leading lap number 28 out of 67. And Tommy Turbo now looking underneath the 44 for position. And Tommy Turbo looking like he's got the right adjustment set, just needs the position and speed needed there. Will Goss going on the inside the 44, bit of contact there between the two. Emery gives room. Sanford making it, getting forced 3 wide by Elijah Gordon and Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater pushing the 14 a hell of a ton here. And into turn 1 they go. Fitzwater holds strong on the inside. Dodd stuck on the outside with Jonathan Rains right there on tow. Dodd almost getting turned. There's the 34, Bill Gunther. He's been kind of quiet all day. Nick Gunther's been in the same boat. He's had some front damage though, so that's not really going to help him too much. Jeremy Jones looking on the inside. He's got some backside damage. He's gotten a couple wrecks. Luis Hernandez has been quiet all day today so far. And we've got a crash, and it is Theo Segal. He has crashed into the turn 1 wall. Caution is down the track, and the top 3 have actually gotten closer together. Tommy Turbo with a run on the inside, though. Here he comes off of 4. And that 95 is a bullet out there, and he's going to take second away as Dylan Young leads them to the caution flag. Let's see if the rest of the field can gather themselves together. Looks like they will, and Dylan Young's going to be slowing them down. And into 1-0, Segal just checked up, and looks like Bill Gunther could not check up in time, putting the 16 in the wall. And that's really all we need to say about that. Pretty self-explanatory. Nothing Bill Gunther could do to control that. But Theo Segal already with some backside damage here at Chicagoland. Pace car is off. Dylan Young went into pit. He's going to be cycled down to 19th. As of right now, green flag back in the air. Tommy Turbo leads over Jesse Turner, who's also stayed out. A lot of drivers stayed out in this time around. Dylan Young, there he is. He's going to have to get around a lot of these drivers. The Gibbs cars now working together on the outside line here, but looks like lap traffic might have something to do with this here, as they're going to block both lanes of the racetrack actually. Meanwhile, Turner still sits in that second spot, struggling to get around the lap car. Seth Cole, Elijah Gordon sitting in third on the outside lines. Turner holds on. He's going to now try and chase down the 95. Fitzwater's been rather quiet today in this race, but he's made a lot of aggressive moves to get up here. Running inside the top 5 right now, maybe trying to go for the 3rd spot as he gets a massive run off the 2. RPM looks like they're on a hot streak so far in terms of their competitiveness here in this series. Looking underneath Elijah Gordon possibly, and there he goes on the inside. Doesn't quite work. Emery nearly hits the wall, and Will Gotts gets turned around. Spinning off of Cody Lamas into the wall he goes. Lamas spins down the track, head-on impact by the 31. And the caution is gonna fly. Eric Rodriguez collected. Baranowska's Ryder Barnes. There's the 33, Luis Hernandez. And Vince Freeze was the one that slammed Cody Lamas head on. I'll be racing back down towards the line. But it is Tommy Turbo that's going to be leading them back. And nearly the same ideal here. That's happened with many cautions. Cody Lamas washes up into Will Goss. We saw what happened to Will Goss there. He spins around, clips the 48's back end right there, hard in the outside retaining wall, and then watch the 31. Bam! Heavy impact in the front end. Luis Hernandez just nowhere to go. Ryder Barnes, everybody committed to a line. This track basically blocked. Eric Rodriguez hits the front end, and then the 47 runs into the back of the 25 there. And that sets off our caution. Cody Lamas obviously in a wreck. He will not be able to win 2 in a row. Green flag back in the air. Tommy Turbo leads. Turner on the outside though, making an aggressive move on the outside line. William Duncan goes down low. Turner up high, getting help from Joey Murphy. It's going to be a side-by-side battle for the lead. The 13 pushing the 17 by a long shot here. Can Turner get the advantage? Or will Tommy Turbo just attack that 17? And it looks like that's going to be the latter here. As looks like Turner's going to be a bit short here. But here comes Murphy. He abandons the 17. Down the inside he goes. Murphy now going for the win here. The laps are winding down and the competitors are getting just as aggressive as they were before. Emery the pole sitter trying to show that she is very fast in this RPM team and that the 44 has not lost its touch. To the inside, Tommy Turbo fighting back, but the 44 has a run. Joey Murphy now getting attacked by Zachary Fitzwater. Seth Cole, the lap car, still in the way. As Fitzwater now trying to get that 3rd spot away. If you're wondering, 23 cars remain in the race. A lot of them were dropped out in the other recent wreck with Cody Lamas. Turbo getting a bit held up by the 80 car himself. And Joey Murphy, will he make it 3 wide underneath the 95? No, he won't, but here comes Jonathan Rains. Don't count that 38 out. They've been fast all year. Front row motorsports actually found a lot of speed as a recent. And there's the 34. Also running up there, Bill Gunther. Dylan Young, we talked about him earlier in the race. He's running in 16th at the moment. JT Bryant was also leading the race earlier. He's 13th at the time. We're going to have to wait and see where the intervals are going to show here. But man, a lot of hard racing near the top 5, top 10 area. William Duncan up high. Chris Dodd trying to gain some spots yet again. As Fitzwater's going to have to pull a gap here to catch that top 2. Seth Cole is stuck down low, holding a lot of the lead lap cars. Dodd decides to go up high. I think we might have had a car hit the wall off of 4. I might have been wrong. But look at Jeremy Jones. He's got no back end. And that car is still running very fast and in one piece so far. 4 car looking very promising. Definitely's got a loose race car with that back end, destroying the aerodynamics behind it. But Jeremy Jones with an impressive recovery so far, running better than those without damage whatsoever. And Tommy Turbo nearly scraping the wall a bit off of 4. That's going to give Zachary Fitzwater some room here to catch the 2 of them. He actually gained 10ths on them. Gained more in Turbo, but gained a 10th on Emery. So RPM running 1 and 3 at the moment right now. Bill Gunther now going up to the 4th spot. Chris Dodd battling for 5th with Jonathan Rains, with Joey Murphy sitting behind the 2. But right now, it is Emery. The gap has closed in just a bit. Fitzwater faster than both of them yet again. Fitzwater's known to have a bit of a cocky attitude, but he's wanting to back that up today. Definitely a guy to look out for is Zachary Fitzwater. Not many people like this driver, but Fitzwater really showing some good strength today. He was very strong at Boston before things went sour for him. But he's looking forward to redemption. A lot of these drivers are looking at the keyword of redemption. He's caught again, another 10th. Tommy Turbo's done the same thing. Emery's washed up the hill a bit. Here comes Turbo down the inside for the race lead, side by side. But look at the 43 of Fitzwater. Will he make a 3-wide move? Yes, he's gonna do it. Fitzwater goes for it. It's not gonna work. Turbo blocks the door. And he's gonna get the lead. Tommy Turbo to the front. As the RPM teammates are gonna be side by side. One of them's gonna have to give. But I don't think Fitzwater's going to do that in this case here, because he knows this could be the only opportunity he could get a win this season. Jesse Turner now trying to get around Charles Sanford for position here. They're a bit outside the top 10. Dylan Young actually in the 10th spot now. But as of right now, Fitzwater still holding on to second. He does a great job. He's now got to reel in one more car to do it. And that is Tommy Turbo himself. But that has given Chris Dodd some good opportunities to catch the three of them. So this could get into a bigger car battle as the laps wind down. Chris Dodd looking very strong in this long run here. And trying to get another victory this season. He won Talladega with pit strategy and the right amount of help. So he knows how to get things done. Fitzwater now getting help from his teammate. Turbo tries to put the block, but Fitzwater denies it. Down the inside, Fitzwater goes into turn 1. He's going to try and knock the air out of the 95, but here comes Chris Dodd in the picture. It's a 4-car battle for position here. Bill Gunther there you see peeking into the picture in the Dockside Logistics Ford. And Dodd making it 3 wide for second. He's going to make it work. Dodd gets 2 spots in 1. That 88 is flying up there. And now he's reeled in Fitzwater. Bill Gunther also reeling them in. He is now almost a second behind the two. And there's the teammate of Jonathan Rains, Front Row Motorsports. 2 of their cars are running inside the top 10 right now. William Duncan now trying to reel in JT Bryant. He's got a fast car today. Duncan trying to keep that consistency up. It's really what's been Duncan's greatest strength so far this season. It's been not really necessarily a pure speed, but the consistency. Dylan Young still sits in 10th. He's got a very promising car, but even a top 10 can do for the 2 machine today. But I think they definitely want more than that. Dodd to the lead. Fitzwater still holding on to second. Emery in third. With Turbo in fourth. Bill Gunther now getting challenged by Jonathan Rains here. On the inside, Bill Gunther holds strong on the high line pretty well. So that high line can still somewhat work whenever you got the good enough race car. And definitely they're going to lose some tenths here. They lost just a slight bit, but not too much. But a battle for the lead yet again. Chris Dodd on the high side. Fitzwater down low. Emery pushing that 40-43. CM Racing versus RPM. And then you got Front Row Motorsports. 3 teams with 2 of each of their team actually running inside the top 10, all in a chance of winning this race. Then you got the Penske duo of the 12 and the 2. The 22 hasn't really run too well. I believe they got in an accident, so that's why they're not running too well. Emery up the hill this time around. Tommy Turbo trying to get around the 44 this time around. Jonathan Rains still fighting Bill Gunther on the inside line. But that's going to give some room for Pat Johnson to try and spoil the party here. And the 38's going to get the run off. He gets the spot, clears Bill Gunther, and that's going to put Jonathan Rains up to P5. But thanks to that, Pat Johnson has now caught them in. It is a 7-car battle to be exact. And meanwhile, near the back of the pack, William Duncan slides with the track. Charles Sanford and Joey Murphy are still fighting for a top 10 spot. Jesse Turner in the same boat. And they made a bit of contact there. They got held up big time. Chris Dodd pulling the gap here by a mere 10th so far. He gained a 10th that time around. It's now 0.42 seconds. And if they keep battling like this, this could solidify Dodd's chances of making the chase if he gets a second win this season, just like that. Chris Dodd just looking very, very strong here. Fitzwater on the outside line. Here comes Turbo. Almost made contact out of 4. Jonathan Rains now in the mix here. They need to stop battling for position if they want to catch that 88 altogether. But they keep doing it so often. Chris Dodd is just smiling right now. The Exalta machine leading this race here. The other one wrecked out, obviously, with Kyle Matthews. But Exalta and Chris Dodd won one of the other Exalta schemes, but now he's trying to win the other one this time around. Chris Dodd has a big gap over Jessica Emery and Jonathan Rains. A lot of Fords are running it well today. And let's see at the gap where it's at. It's still extended to 1.17 this time. Fitzwater down low. They all know that Chris Dodd's got the car to beat. But the question is, where will lap traffic play in the role of the 88 here? Emery up to second. She needs to reel him in big time if she wants to win this race. Zachary Fitzwater up to third. RPM yet again, second and third right now. And it's a massive junkyard of cars and a massive battle here between the 38 on Pat. Pat Johnson now trying to get around JT Bryant. He does with ease. Bryant slides up the track. Lots of ground lost from the 12. The laps are just slowly winding down. 5 laps to go for Chris Dodd. He crosses off of 4. Will Goss, where is he going to go? He goes low. He's going to hold up Chris Dodd. And that's going to be 4 laps to go this time around. Chris Dodd getting held up. And that's going to give Emery more room here. She has closed in the gap just a bit there. Eric Rodriguez yields to Chris Dodd. He knows that 88's faster. And Emery going down to the bottom. Will Goss give room? That's the question here. Emery goes around the 15 without much of an issue there. Fitzwater does the same thing. Let's see where the intervals line up. The .089, the gap definitely dropped due to lap traffic. But Chris Dodd has got a lot of clear racetrack, and I don't believe he can catch that 16 in time. But let's see where Emery's going to end up. Gets around the 25, but in an awkward angle too. Fitzwater now looking on the inside. Chris Dodd definitely wanting to see this. The 44 holds strong in the outside lane. Jonathan Rains going across over on Fitzwater. The gap, let's see it again. It's increased. So Chris Dodd definitely has a very fast car in clean air. Definitely the guy to look out for. Chris Dodd wanting to get this the right way and not by pure luck. He's shown us yet again that he's got a very fast race machine, and this could be some potential chase wins here if he could do it in the chase here. So here they come to the white flag. 1 more lap to go for Chris Dodd here at Chicagoland Motor Speedway. He's got plenty of gap over Jessica Emery by now 1.4 seconds on the rest of the field. The battle for second has reeled themselves in together in the field. And Chris Dodd's just smooth sailing away. I think they all knew they couldn't challenge that 88 once more, but Chris Dodd, for his own team of CM Racing, comes off of corner number 4. Career win number 2 awaits for Chris Dodd here in the Doublemint Cup Series. And there it is. He gets it done. Fantastic job for Chris Dodd here. What a way to start the season out. Remember, he got the win at Talladega. Now he gets a win at Chicagoland. Great job by the 88 team. They're going to be celebrating in victory lane yet again. And that pretty much will solidify Chris Dodd in the chase no matter where he ends up in points. This is good for him. Jonathan Rains gets a 2nd place spot. Emery 3rd. And Tommy Turbo gets a 4th. Fitzwater with a top 5 run. Good for the 43 team today. Needed that type of run here. Pat Johnson gets a 6th place. Bryant 7th. Bill Gunther 8th. Jesse Turner got a top 10 today. Give a props to him. Give him a 9th spot. And then you got Dylan Young rounding out your top 10. Another consistent run for the 2 machine. They showed some potential. Actually clocked in the fastest lap at the 27.7. Probably did not have the race speed they wanted at the end of this one. But it's Chris Dodd's race to win here today. He wins for the 2nd time this season, and that pretty much will put himself in the chase no matter the circumstances. Because based upon the Doublemint Cup Series regulations and standards, knowing the criteria in my series whatsoever, really if you have multiple wins, you're basically set. Because there's so many different winners and varieties, it's anybody's race to win. And I mean anybody's. But like I said, congratulations to Chris Dodd. There's 1st through 28th. You will all see this right here. And then the rest on down to 42nd. A lot of drivers out of this one. Rumors have it that the 14 and the 41 are getting replaced in the series here. So this could be quite something for the silly season to fold yet again throughout this season. So yeah, rumors have it the 41 and the 14 are getting replaced here. But otherwise, congratulations to Chris Dodd on his victory here. As we'll take a look at the point standings here. Like I said, Chris Dodd's basically locked into the chase.